Hey, everybody. Welcome to another fine edition of the Post Credits Show. I'm your host, Ronnie Williams.
Hey, and I'm Serge, the Urge for Serge.
Hey, Serge, how you doing?
I think you gave away our spoiler with the picture.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're talking Child's Play, the new movie. Also talking, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
The Chucky movie.
No post-credit scenes, oddly enough.
No post-credit scenes.
But it's funny, though, like, they did give a little teaser at the very tail end, like, Chucky will return,
Yeah.
I hear there's lots of post-credits for Spider-Man, which we're doing next week.
We're doing Spider-Man?
Yes.
Marvel's been failing all year. I don't know.
How dare you?
Oh.
I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And speaking of which, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is on Netflix right now. How do you feel about that one?
I mean, I saw it once. I don't think I'll watch it again.
You should. It took a second viewing for me to really enjoy Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And also, you have to watch movies really fast on Netflix because those are the quickest to go away. Like, you maybe have a year. So, yeah, get on it for that one. And also, Zombieland is on Netflix.
Okay.
So, Zombieland 2 is coming out at the end of summer, I believe. So, I'd get on that one, too, before. Who knows when it'll get pulled.
They pulled The Punisher.
No.
No.
Which one? Gwen Williams already chiming in, our number one fan. I love Spider-Man. So there, Serge. You're outvoted.
Okay. Well, I like Gwen, but I don't like Spider-Man.
Gwen Stacy?
Gwen Stacy?
Ghost Spider?
Oh, no.
So yeah, we're talking Child's Play. How many Chucky movies have you seen, Serge?
I think I've seen the first two, and then Bride of Chucky, and this one. So I've seen probably four. I think, is there three in the beginning?
There's 7 of the original.
There's 7?
Yeah, I was looking at the master list. I'll pull it up again. But yeah, I've seen the first Chucky. I think I've seen the end of Chucky 2. Definitely Bride of Chucky. And then Curse of Chucky, where Chucky's in a house with a wheelchair-bound woman.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting because Chucky's kind of a weak character and, against a wheelchair lady who goes insane.
To be honest, I think I've seen the first 3. There's 7?
The 7 of the original, and I think this reboot would be the 8th. Let me see. You got Child's Play 1 through 3.
Okay, I've seen those.
Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. And then the 2 direct-to-video, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky.
Okay, so I'm missing Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky.
Yeah, those were direct-to-video releases. I caught Curse of Chucky on Netflix, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gone now. I don't even know if Cult of Chucky's on there anymore. I think I saw it, and it's probably gone.
Oh.
As what happens with movies on Netflix.
Well, yeah, they have to keep fresh.
Yeah, and also the rights are tougher to get, I think. Like, it's easier to get a huge TV show, and I think that's what people tend to want and watch on Netflix.
Oh.
Is like a whole block of episodes.
The whole series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how soon should people see
Child's Play?
Child's Play.
I say, see it this month. Like, I definitely say see it in theaters. It's a fun romp. Gets a little gory at parts, but it's fun. Suspenseful. Like, there's a definite suspenseful sequence we'll talk about later.
I'm definitely with you. Watch it this month. We actually got to see this movie together, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Which is really rare.
Yeah. Our schedules are a little busy, and it's hard for us to actually catch movies together, but our schedules lined up this week, so we're like, hey, let's go see Chucky.
Because you always watch movies right on Thursday, Ronnie.
I do, and, well, this one was out for a week. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like catching them on Thursday because the particular mall I watch it at gets really busy Friday, Saturday. Plus, Friday, Saturday is kind of my busy days too.
Yeah, I understand.
Um,
It was surprising because these two came out. This came to rival Toy Story, and I think Child's Play had a good. How is it doing at the box office?
ooh, I'll look that up.
Because it was definitely fun. It brought back a lot of terrible memories. Because I remember seeing Chucky when I was very small, and I was like, "This guy is crazy."
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Watch it this month.
One of the headlines I'm reading: box office, Toy Story 4 tops Friday as Child's Play plunges 78%. So that's from one weekend to the next.
Okay.
But it sounds like Annabelle Creation and didn't do so well, and Yesterday overperforms is another headline I'm reading.
Okay.
So the estimate budget was 10 million, and so far it's made 23 million.
So it's in the plus already.
Yeah, they like to make double on whatever money they make. So good for them.
Yeah. What is nostalgia? This movie.
Yeah, it's an interesting take. It's like one of the few horror movie franchises that's really updated. Like AI attacking is, a nice, more modern concept. Self-driving cars, people are afraid of. Drones, people are afraid of.
Yep. They're giving us the hint that the apocalypse is coming through.
Right. And I mean, Terminator's been doing this for a while, but this, it's much more modern, with all the apps and, hello Google, Siri, Alexa. I probably set off 15 people's devices right now.
Oh.
Sorry, folks. Subscribe to Alexa. Subscribe to Post Credit Show.
Wow. That was dirty.
On YouTube. Dang it. Underhanded. You want to get into spoilers?
Yeah. Let's get into the spoilers. Spoiler alert.
Oh, Gwen asks, what's our favorite Child's Play movie?
I don't remember the first three, but I do remember seeing them.
Okay.
So I think it's probably the original one, the first one.
Why do you like it?
I like the scene where like the guy transfers his soul into the body and like, it's raining.
The voodoo and something about I command you,
Yeah, it was very creepy.
Right. Yeah. The voice actor of Chucky, spot on. Mm-hmm. I think he was Wormwood in Lord of the Rings 2 Towers.
Oh.
Just a very creepy sounding voice.
I think you should show that movie to all 5-year-olds, to scare them straight. And
man, I saw Gremlins as a 5-year-old, and that scared me half to death.
Set you straight.
Made me scared of the dark.
Good.
They can only come out at night.
Good. This way you stay at home.
No. My favorite Child's Play might be this one, because I have a hard time remembering the older ones. Like, this one is pretty tongue in cheek, but also like I like the character development of Aubrey Plaza as the mom and the kid. There's a lot of E.T. imagery for some reason. Mm-hmm. The glowing finger and the red hoodie, and especially like when Chucky's put in the cabinet and it's like the blue light in the background. I think about writing an essay on just the imagery of this.
Yeah.
When Chucky was in the clutches of the creepy handyman of the building, did hooking him up to a car battery remind you of any other movie?
Where he's in the basement, right?
Right.
No, which movie?
Iron Man. They take out this cylinder core out of Chucky, and that's his power source. And then they hook him up to car battery to, see if he still works, and then they have to put the core back in.
Yeah.
That's definite Iron Man imagery right there.
Yeah. and that scene where the guy's hanging on and he heats up the water.
Yeah.
And he falls on the saw. That one, I think I've seen it in another Chucky movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the most original kill. And I felt like if you're able to dangle like that, couldn't you shimmy down the pipe? a little bit, or swing. Well, how about one way or the other?
I mean, the whole positioning was a little weird, but
Yeah.
but it was definitely fun.
Yeah, and that guy looked a lot like Jack Black, but no way was he Jack Black, right?
It was a budget Jack Black.
Yeah.
Which you don't really need a budget for Jack Black. He's
Yeah.
already a budget character.
My friend Rosie Sanders called him Kirkland Jack Black.
Kirkland.
Yeah.
From Costco?
Yeah,
Ouch.
for Costco.
Ouch.
Yep.
So the best scene was probably when the little toy car was running on the floor and it was RoboCop.
You like that just because Dead or Alive, you're coming with me.
Yeah, that was probably the best scene.
Yeah, I think, since this is made by Orion, there's a lot of Orion homages, like apparently in the background. There's a Attack of the Killer Clowns poster and Poltergeist 3 poster in the background. So, interesting stuff. Were any children harmed in the movie? I'm not a big fan of horror movies. So was it real scary? Should I go see this movie? Gwen asks. Were any children harmed?
I hope so. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, we're in spoilers. I don't think any children were severely harmed. There was some peril, but like one kid got scratched by the cat at one point and then cut by Chucky, but no real harm.
He was mostly killing adults.
Yes. Yeah, it mostly on adults. And I liked, it seemed like at first Chucky would not harm the main kid,
Mm-hmm.
Like Chucky was like obsessed with him, and if he could be friends with him, nobody could. And it was like kind of interesting. Like, I'm wondering if a lot of hardcore Chucky fans didn't like, because this isn't Chucky, it's a rogue AI, So, the serial killer that uses voodoo to transfer a soul into a body, very different, than this AI. But I like built up the AI, like it was taught these weird values with no, safeguards,
Mm-hmm.
Like at the very beginning of the film, this guy who's getting fired turns off all the safeguards of this one doll and then commits suicide.
Yeah.
And then like the kids are watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and just laughing their heads off, and Chucky's like, "Oh, this is what kids like."
They like to watch other people kill.
Yeah, they like it when you remove the faces off your enemies.
Wow.
So, I mean, just what we're describing right now, Gwen, does that seem like your type of movie? I'm leaning towards no.
Well, my brother was saying it's a funny movie.
Yes.
I think it is funny, but I mean, when the guy falls off the ladder and cracks his ankle.
Yeah, best sequence of the movie, I'd wager, right? So Aubrey Plaza's boyfriend's kind of a dick, and the main kid is like doing little pranks on him, like he has Chucky look super freaky, to scare him, and then later on Chucky follows him home, and for some reason he's taking down the Christmas lights at night. Whatever. And for some reason there's a watermelon patch, and so he's on this ladder, and Chucky makes it so the ladder falls over and he breaks both of his legs.
Ugh.
That was creepy. I'm glad they didn't show it again, because like the bone was jutting out. Like, oh man. Reminded me of the horror movie Frozen. Have you seen the horror movie Frozen?
No.
Yeah, it's funny. It came out like 2 years before animated Frozen. It's about 3 kids stuck on a ski lift.
No, I haven't seen that.
And like it's like end of the weekend, so they're gonna be stuck there, for several days.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Horror movies.
I think this one reminded me of Brainiac.
Oh, from DC villain?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was like, is he gonna transfer his bad juju to other dolls, or?
Right. And I thought it was kind of weird too, like at the end when he finally is able to connect to all these different machines, that they didn't really play it into it a little more. Like I thought he was gonna have a whole race of blonde, evil dolls to control, but they actually used the teddy bear version a little more, which is also creepy looking. But I thought, they were gonna play up the, that they're blonde or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like, we're waiting for the second one. He's a blonde.
Yeah,
The
but
guy
it's
didn't-
funny too. Like they showed at the very end that a ginger, were they called buddies in this
Buddies,
movie? Yeah,
uh-huh.
and then the original is good guys, but yeah, Buddy. Yeah, it was a red doll again because apparently you can't change Chucky's hair color. And for some reason, gingers have like the most flack out of all the hair colors.
Why, Ronnie? Why?
It's a society thing. I don't know, man.
Even the guy he's like, I didn't know it was a ginger. Can I return it?
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza's like, nope.
No returns.
Yeah, Gwen, dolls scare me as well. Yeah, especially like old Victorian dolls. Have you seen any of the Annabelles?
No.
Neither have I.
Okay.
No interest. Like it's funny. The actual story that Annabelle's based off of is like a Raggedy Ann or Raggedy Andy doll that was possessed, and these demonologists, locked it away in a glass case. But nope, let's make it a Victorian doll just because we don't have the rights to Raggedy Ann.
I think the ventriloquist doll from Toy Story rivaled it pretty good.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy looking.
Ventriloquist dolls are, definitely scary. Goosebumps, that's like the main villain in a lot of Goosebumps books and the 2 Goosebumps movies.
The ventriloquist doll?
Yeah, I forget what he's named in, I think Slappy in the Goosebumps series. Fact check the interwebs.
Okay.
Yeah, have you seen any other killer doll films?
No, just the one from DC, Scarface.
Oh, Mr. Scarface.
Mr. Scarface.
Yeah, and the ventriloquist. That's a great villain. I would love to see him thrown into a movie series sometime.
At least like an animated movie.
Right. Maybe they'll bring him out for the Batwoman TV series. I have high hopes for the Batwoman TV series, actually.
Okay.
I like Ruby Rose.
Okay.
She was good in John Wick 3
Oh.
and The Meg.
She was in the Meg?
Yeah.
Didn't we see the Meg?
Yeah, she was like the only white woman.
Oh.
The rest were dudes or... Oh, there was another white woman. Never mind.
Okay.
She's the one who didn't die. I can't remember the Meg. Jason Statham was in it.
Yep.
The killer doll movie I saw was Doll Man vs. Demonic Toys. So it was like it was like the Avengers of a really small horror franchises.
Uh-huh.
There was Doll Man, which was like a sci-fi, and there's I think at least 2 Demonic Toys movies, and these were toys that were possessed by demons or whatever. And then there was another third movie I can't remember though. It was like Strange Waves or something. It was about a radio station that got taken over by aliens. Yeah, it's a weird movie.
I think Chucky's at top of the list for dolls.
Yeah, it has to be. Like there's other ones I was looking up, like Pinocchio's Revenge.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I forget another one. Like there was another female dolly franchise in the 90s, I think. Dime a dozen, easy to do. Puppets.
Just $10 million.
Right.
Eh.
And it doesn't matter, like, since they're a doll, you could excuse why they have weird, janky movements. Like, you have a creature in your campy horror film, like, why does that creature look robotic? But you have a doll that's robotic, it's okay. In fact, Chucky actually moves pretty good for a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give him good legs and arms.
Yeah. I like when one of the girls comment, why is he so strong when they're like holding him down to take out the battery?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't finish how that one sequence ended.
Which one?
The watermelon. So the guy falls, breaks both his legs, and then he's like crawling to his cell phone, which is way too far away. Chucky probably moved it, and he has the Christmas lights wrapped around him. This like ground tiller, like just spinning, rotating spikes, like worse than a lawnmower, is like chasing the cord up to him, and I'm like, put out your hand, dude. And he totally does stop it with his hand. And then Chucky jumps on his chest and stabs him 53 times, they said. And like when they show the corpse, like the cop detective guy whose mom lives in the same house as Chucky and the family, it's just a bloody skull. And then when the kid wakes up, there the face is on a watermelon with a bow on top.
It's a gift for you.
Yeah, because Chucky, it was established early on, Chucky gives weird gifts. Like there's a broken popsicle stick with a bow on it. He's like, here you go.
Yeah.
And like he was supposed to give him a science book, but it was like a roll of toilet paper. Like I liked it. It was like little moments, very fun.
Yeah. What do we think of Miss Plaza?
Aubrey Plaza. I'm a fan of Aubrey Plaza, mostly from Parks and Rec. She's a comedian, and she was Amy Poehler's like assistant or something when she was doing Parks and Rec, and Amy Poehler's like, you want to be on the show?
She's great.
Yeah, she's very sarcastic. The best movie I've seen her in is Safety Not Guaranteed, where she's a reporter investigating this guy who wants to time travel. And the whole time you're wondering if he's really for real, It's kind of a interesting, quirky, mumblecore sci-fi.
I'm looking at her list of work. I don't know any of these movies.
Yeah, and she was good in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She was she was like always making fun of Scott Pilgrim in every scene she was in.
I don't remember this movie either.
Yeah. But yeah, like she gets miscast in a lot of movies. Like Somebody and Somebody Need Wedding Dates, and she was cast as the hot chick, I'm like, no, she's sarcastic, that. She's also in Legion, an FX X-Men spin-off TV series.
Legions is X-Men?
Yeah. It's supposed to be Professor Xavier's son who has schizophrenia, but he's also the most powerful mutant ever. So it's always a line if he's just super powerful and it's his powers that are causing his visions, or are they actually happening?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I saw the pilot and it was pretty good, and the reason I'd keep watching it is probably Aubrey Plaza. Like, she's good. She's solid.
I think this is the first movie I see her in. Like, I was like, oh, this girl's acting is pretty good.
Yeah, like she could, that sarcastic, cool mom, young mom, works. And I liked the finishing move she did on Chucky. Like, it's like, kind of like instead of a mom lifting a car off their baby, it's ripping off a robot's head.
She did some Mortal Kombat move on it.
Oh, Gwen Williams really likes Aubrey Plaza.
And Parks and Recreation.
Oh, okay, yeah. I watched the series twice through, from beginning to end. Like, it launched a lot of people. Like, the cast is really good. Chris Pratt was only supposed to guest star on it, and they made him a main cast member. Like, you could tell they were going to write him off at some point at the beginning, and they're like, no, this guy's too good and funny. And then he went on to do Dark 30, and then his career took off, Guardians of the Galaxy, what have you. And I like, there's a character called Ron Swanson, played by Nick Offerman. Nick Offerman's really funny. Lots of good people.
Really?
Yes. Give it a shot.
When Chris Pratt was fat?
Yes, yes, yeah. Chris Pratt is pretty chunky in that one. Like, very round in the face. But, I mean, to justify it, his both his legs were broken, so he couldn't, walk around too good. So I could see someone gaining the poundage. Any other Aubrey Plaza movies? There's Safety Not Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Not great. Dirty Grandpa.
Dirty Grandpa.
Yeah, I think that was a Robert De Niro. Like, she keeps getting in Zac Efron movies for some reason.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Any last thoughts on Child's Play, or would you be excited to see another one of these?
Maybe in like 2 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more. Like how they would go about it. Like now that Chucky, is pretty powerful. Like maybe he does a lot more. Like it'd be cool to see him do like a Nightmare on Elm Street type thing. Like he controls everybody's households, so maybe he can dick around with them, very passively, until the big, thing.
How do you stop something like that, though? I don't know.
Well, I call BS, like, you mentioned Brainiac. It reminded me of Ultron, too, from Avengers Age of Ultron. Like, Ultron should have been able to escape. Like, he should have been able to, launch a bunch of nukes. Iron Man should not have been able to use his suits. All of Iron Man's suits should have been taken over. I was like, what the hell? Like, yes, it's cool seeing the Hulkbuster armor, fight the Hulk, but, realistically, Ultron should have been able to take them all over.
I think the philosophy behind it is that, like, if something has control over all electrical stuff,
Yeah.
you can't really stop it.
No, yeah, and there'd be so many backups, like it could be hidden anywhere. So it'd be dormant for a long time. Like I was kind of hoping Ultron would go that route. Like Ultron could come back.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, nope, we got them all. Good job, guys. They're really, that's one of Marvel's problems. They're way too gung-ho for killing their villains, unless it's a really good villain like Loki. Thanos stuck around a little bit, but not long enough.
Okay.
That's
fair.
Yeah. And, like, there's some villains I wish they would have kept around. Killmonger, definitely, from Black Panther. I hear they're bringing him back. I'm like, why'd you kill him in the first place? I don't think they thought Black Panther was going to be a hit. Maybe that was it.
I don't know. It was a hit.
Oh, man, it made more than most of the Avengers movies. Like, it toppled tons of stuff.
It's weird because it wasn't that good.
I agree. I don't think it was that spectacular. The main character was boring in his own film. But yeah. It made $1 billion with a B, man.
With a B?
Yes.
Wow.
So did Captain Marvel. But hey, we'll discuss all this next week when we discuss Spider-Man Far From Home.
Well, we'll see. The first one was good. The Homecoming?
Yeah. I enjoyed Homecoming as well. Maybe we'll touch upon that a little bit next episode.
I didn't like the Spider-Verse one.
Really?
And then so we'll see this one.
Yeah.
So it has one yes and one no. And we're good to go.
Yep. So Gwen liked Black Panther. Why, Gwen? Let us know before the show ends. Because my main problem with Black Panther is, like, he was too passive in his own movie. Like, he wanted to go and get Claw, which I didn't care about. And, like, his supporting cast outshined him, except for his love interest. His love interest, who used Xena circles, was really boring. Mm-hmm. But she killed it in Us this year. Same actress. But yeah, like his sister was very charming. I wouldn't mind if she became the new Iron Man or whatever, Who knows? Any last thoughts before we take off?
No, I think that's it. We covered everything.
Okie doke.
See you next week.
Yep, see you next week, everybody. Thank you for joining us as always. Gwen says you should like Black Panther because of the sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for getting that in. See you next week. We're talking Spider-Man.
All right, see ya.